How did you get inside my house? Who are you? I gotta go. Hey guys, Mandy Fraker here, coming back at you, of course, to talk about movies. As always, please hit the like and subscribe button and the bell notification icon to get notifications of future videos. Here to talk to you today about these guys. Cigarettes, healthiest thing in the world. I'm here to talk to you about cigarettes and their appearance in the movies. In the 1960s, there was a prop company called Earl Hays Press. They were a century-old prop packaging company. And Alfred Hitchcock in the movie Psycho needed like a cigarette pack prop. So this guy came up with Morley's cigarettes. Morley cigarettes. As you can see, it looks just like the Marlboro Red Pack that you're all used to seeing in movies and day-to-day life. And so that made their first appearance in 1960 in the movie Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock. And they continued to make appearances throughout the last, I guess, like 50 or 60 years in things like Burn Notice, Breaking Bad, American Horror Story, 24, Seinfeld even, The Smoking Man in X-Files. He always smokes them. And they have been a staple in Hollywood for a very long time. But they're not the only player in the game. From the early 1970s to late 1990s, as a means of product placement for big tobacco, they would send like cases of cartons of cigarettes to filmmakers and have the characters smoke them in their movies. And then because of a settlement and a lawsuit in 1998, they no longer can do that. So, and a lot of movies are becoming smoke-free nowadays. So like anything that's G, PG, and PG-13 a lot of the times won't even have smoking, fake or otherwise. No prop cigarettes, no real cigarettes, none of that stuff. But of course not rated R movies. So for movies like rated R movies, there's a couple different companies out there right now. You have Ecstasy and you have Honey Rose. So these are usually like herbal cigarettes, supposedly non-addictive substances, so I guess no nicotine. Guys like Liam Neeson will smoke them. Liam Neeson used to be a 2-pack-a-day smoker, and he didn't want to get started again, so he would smoke Honey Rose or Ecstasy cigarettes for the movies instead of smoking real cigarettes. I believe the cast of Mad Men have probably smoked about 200,000 of these cigarettes. And, supposedly, the FTC says there's no such thing as a safe smoke. So who knows if that's going to kill these guys one day. Like I said, there's lots of players in Hollywood for cigarettes. You have this company right here, Red Apple. This is not a real company. Quentin Tarantino hates product placement. Hates a lot of things, but especially product placement. So in his movies, if you watch like Pulp Fiction, for example, Bruce Willis asked the bartender for a pack of Red Apples, no filter. You'll see him in Four Rooms. I believe you may even see him in Reservoir Dogs and various other Quentin Tarantino movies. Now, Red Apple generally is something that only appears in Quentin Tarantino movies, not just any movie. And then you have things like Clerks. Kevin Smith didn't want to get into like a brand lawsuit or something like that for having cigarettes in his movie. So whenever you see somebody go up to the counter at the Quick Stop and ask for cigarettes, they just say pack of cigarettes. And a pack of cigarettes with a very nondescript, nondescript appearance will be handed to them, and no brand is mentioned. And if you look at like the banners and the advertisements and stuff, you don't see any like direct cigarette ads. And if you do, you just see the word, cigarette or cigarettes, not any kind of a brand. This goes so far as even cigars. Mario Van Peebles in Carlito's Way, Rise to Power, he didn't want to smoke real cigars, so they found, I believe, a place in Brooklyn or the Bronx that hand-rolled cigars with chamomile in them. So when you see Mario Van Peebles smoking in that movie, he's smoking cigars with chamomile in them, not tobacco. So there's just a lot of smoking in movies, and I've often wondered, I guess I really haven't often wondered, but I'm sure it wouldn't be weird to wonder, does every single actor smoke in real life? Are they smoking real cigarettes? And they don't. They smoke fake cigarettes usually nowadays. Even in Mad Men, where they're constantly having a cigarette in their mouth or in their hand, they're smoking fake cigarettes, herbal ones, non-addictive supposedly. Even in The Professional, the girl in The Professional that plays the catalyst there for the whole thing, she's I think 11 or 12 years old. She's supposed to be in the movie. Natalie Portman, and she actually never smokes, but has a real lit cigarette in her hand. And her parents agreed to that as long as there was talk in the film of how smoking is bad for you, and as long as there was no more than I think 3 or 5 scenes in the movie that involved her smoking a cigarette. So that's how they got away with having her do that, and how the movie, allowed for all of that. But, smoking is bad unless you're smoking ecstasy, honey rose, red apple, or Morley cigarettes. And as always, this has been Mandy Fraker. Please hit the like and subscribe button and the bell notification to subscribe to future videos. And I hope to see you around the internet. Have a good day.